Mindful Minimalist. I'm so glad that you came across my video today. So today's topic is going to be quite serious. Today we're talking about Kanye West. He has been in the media everywhere lately, and most people know him for his presidential candidacy. He is a candidate for president. When I first heard that, I thought, oh my goodness, here it goes again with our reality star, Trump. Now we're gonna have Kanye as a possible president. Like, what's happening in America? I don't know. But the more I thought about it, the more I read about it and saw about it, it's quite evident that he is having a bipolar manic episode. So if you didn't know, Kanye West has bipolar disorder. I as well have bipolar disorder. So that's why I'm wanting to talk about this issue today. One of the things that I read that was the most, meaningful to me, that made me really connect with him, was what Kim wrote in response and shared publicly about him. And she had this sweet message, and I'm not really a Kardashian fan by any means. I'm not against them, but I don't watch them or anything. But she wrote this amazing message explaining to people that he has bipolar disorder. The things that he the things he's going through are things that are very typical for someone with this disorder. And so it seems crazy to the outside world, to people who don't know about mental illness, or maybe even who just don't know about bipolar disorder. Maybe you know about depression, you've had postpartum depression, or you've had anxiety. It's a completely different ballgame than bipolar disorder. So I wanted to kind of go through a couple of examples of what I see in him that are typical traits of bipolar disorder. Like I said previously, he's definitely in a manic episode. He does not appear to be in depression. Now, I suppose he could possibly be in a mixed episode. I'm not his psychiatrist, so I don't want to diagnose him. But according to what I have read, he is most likely in a manic episode. So some of the examples is, the first one is grandiosity. This is one of the prime, what's the word? Goodness, y'all, one of my psych meds makes me forget whatever I'm talking about. I cannot remember anything that happened. My husband tells me I have the brain that's the size of a roly-poly. Symptoms, that's the word. Oh my goodness. It's one of the biggest symptoms of bipolar 1. You have all of the confidence in the world. You can do anything. You're going to do anything. No one can stop you. No one's better than you. You're amazing. That's the mindset that many people with bipolar have during a manic episode, especially bipolar 1, which is what I have, and I believe Kanye has. I'm not quite sure. So examples for him and his grandiosity are running for president. I don't know that he has ever worked in a political realm before. I don't know what experience he would have. Please correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. My assumption is that he has not. So he has this great idea, you know what, I could change America, I could do this, I could make this awesome. But what's going to happen when he crashes? That's the thing. There's the saying, what goes up must come down. And it's absolutely true with bipolar disorder. Think of a roller coaster. You start on the ground, you go up, you have to come back down. You cannot stay up in the air forever. You come back down. Now, bipolar disorder is the same way, and I actually have a video I made about 1.5 years ago or so that talks about the crash from mania to depression. So I'll link it up here. Definitely go check that out if you're curious. But I cannot imagine myself being president of a country during a depressive episode, being in horrible depression. This is not the kind of depression where you're like, oh, I guess I'll just lay around and watch TV today, or, I really don't feel like going to work, I just don't have any energy, whatever. That's not the kind of depression I'm talking about. I'm talking about severe depression. Some people must be hospitalized for bipolar disorder. I have never been before, but many people are hospitalized for this. It is a serious illness. It's nothing to joke about. It's nothing to laugh about. So when I see people talking about him in a negative way, I kind of get defensive. And okay, so I thought I might get emotional in this video, but it's hitting me sooner than I thought it would. When I see people talking about him in a negative way, I relate to him and I sympathize for him, because I understand to a degree of what he's going to. I don't know how he can handle it in the public arena as well as he's done, because I'm just saying, if that were me, I probably would have had to just taken myself out of the spotlight by now, because it is hard enough living a normal life where no one is following you all the time with cameras, no one's judging your every move. I can't imagine that kind of pressure, and stress only makes bipolar disorder worse. So I want to go into the next example now, which is his interest in religion all of a sudden. So he went from secular artist, married to a Kardashian, not that she can't be religious being married to a Kardashian, but they're not quite known for being the most spiritual people. So it's quite interesting that that's where he's coming from, and now he has his Sunday service, he has his own choir singing gospel music, which I have to say, if you have not listened to those albums, you are missing out. Oh my word, they are amazing. I know pretty much all of those songs by heart because they are just awesome. I love those, so go listen to those for sure. He is, just like Kim said in her post, he's a genius. He's very smart, he's so creative, but he is dealing with a sickness right now. So how do you go from being completely secular to like, whoa, I have my own choir and I'm making my own Christian music now? That's called mania. He got super focused, super into something, and it happened to be religious. And religious things are very common focal points, or I guess there are lots of religious experiences and religious thoughts that come in mania for some people. Many people with bipolar disorder believe that they're God, or that God is speaking to them, sending them messages, or even that the government is watching them, coming to get them, or their radio is giving them secret codes, or things like that. So for him, he's really delved deep into religion at this point and has gotten himself into this whole Christian music industry, which I'm glad that he did, for my sake and for his. But I also want to make sure that he is okay, that he is doing it safely, that it is something that, months or years down the road, he's going to be happy that he did, that he's going to be happy with the choices that he's made. But it's really hard to consider that in the moment when you're in a depressive or a manic episode. So I want to just share a little bit of my story with you guys. If you're new, you may not have heard it before. I have my first video talking about the very first time that I got my bipolar diagnosis. I'll link that here. And then I have another video with an updated diagnosis when my diagnosis actually changed, and I'll put that one right up here for you guys. So basically, about 3 years ago, I had a traumatic incident that triggered bipolar disorder in me. When something traumatic happens, it can trigger that bipolar disorder to start to work in you. And that is a horrible thing. It's awful. So 3 years ago, my bipolar was triggered, and so I had no clue what I was getting into. I thought I was going crazy. I was a new mom, and so I was treated with postpartum depression, and that's what they treated me for about 1.5 years, until I myself started doing the research on bipolar disorder. I thought, wow, like sometimes I'm feeling awesome, like I'm great, I don't need my medicine, I'm like, I don't feel depressed, I'm awesome. But then, a couple months later, it's like, no, I still have depression. Like, why? What is happening? Are my meds just not working right now? Like, what is it? Because I was only taking medication for depression, not bipolar. So it wasn't working, and then I just kept going up and down, up and down. So at that point, I finally took my research that I had gathered and I took it to my doctor. And at that point, I was still seeing my PCP. I hadn't gone to a psychiatrist yet because it was hard to find one in my area. And I finally went to a PCP, and I also got diagnosed with bipolar disorder there. I've been diagnosed by several people now, so I do know that that is my correct diagnosis. And it has been the hardest thing that I've ever gone through. Women talk about how childbirth is the most painful thing in the world that you can ever experience. I believe depression is one of the worst things in the world that you can ever experience. People sometimes joke about those with bipolar saying they're crazy, or they're angry, they're happy, they're sad. You can't tell what's gonna happen next. You can't trust them, or you have to walk on eggshells around them. Those things are really hurtful, because for people like me, for people like Kanye, these are not choices that we make. It's really hard, I guess, to accept the fact that we still have the stigma of mental health. This is one of the main reasons why I started my channel, is because I wanted to help break the stigma of mental health. I wanted to help share with others that it is okay to struggle with the mental illness and to talk about it. You don't have to keep it quiet. You don't have to keep it contained. And for those people who shame you and those people who put you down, I have nothing kind to say, so I will say nothing at all. I truly hope that you guys can respect Kanye and can respect those who have mental illnesses. This isn't real, it's made up, it's just drama. I've been told so many hurtful things before. I've been told that my depression was because of yoga. I've been told, I need to be praying more, reading my Bible more. I've been told that I am faking it. I'm being told I've been told some hurtful things. And I guess that's why it makes me so emotional for Kanye, because I know that he is hearing these hurtful things. He's seeing these emotional things. He's having his entire manic episode, a bipolar episode, on public display for the whole world to criticize him. I cannot wrap my head around that. You guys probably know, if you've been around for a while, I was vegan for about 1.5 years. I haven't made a video now about not being vegan anymore, but the reason why is I realized I went hardcore militant vegan in a manic episode. And I had no interest in being a vegetarian or vegan before that, but I saw some documentaries and then boom, it was like night and day. Okay, I'm vegan, nothing, no milk, no cheese, no, I can't do it. Even there's just like a tiny bit of butter in it, nope, can't eat it. And it was my obsession and my focus and my passion. And so if you want some really good food ideas, go over to my Instagram. I'll have that down below here, because I was super into it and was just all into the food. But then I went into depression, and it was really hard for me to keep eating vegan. Number one, I wasn't interested in it, which is sad, because I still believe that veganism is one of the best ways to eat and to live. But when you're in depression, it's so hard to even go and get something out of the kitchen to eat, let alone cook something, let alone try to find the right vegan option, or if you go out in public, there's nothing vegan there. So I stopped being vegan. That's beside the point. Long story short, that was something that I dove into and I was so focused into. He is doing something similar, but on a bigger scale. He is wanting to become the president of a country. He is wanting to lead our nation. Therefore, he is getting great criticism from a lot of people. So I guess I just want to sum this video up by saying, have compassion. Please be aware of those who have mental illnesses and reach out to them, encourage them and say, I'm here for you. Don't try to fix them. Don't try to give them the solution. Just be there. Just sit there with them in their pain, or go be spontaneous and do something fun in their mania, whatever it may be. Or if you know someone with a different disorder, may not be bipolar disorder, I encourage you to reach out to them, because especially during quarantine, we're all struggling at this point. I don't think any of us are doing our best. So always remember to be the best human being you can be and reach out to those as often as you can. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, be sure to like it, subscribe to my channel for more content on mental health, minimalism, and mindful living. Drop me a comment down below if you have bipolar disorder or if you know someone who does. Also, if you're just interested in the Kanye story, I would love to talk with you more about it down below. Thank you guys for watching, and feel free to share the video. Bye.